Ah, jeez. Okay, you really got me against the wall here, Jason.
I'd say I've got you more back into a corner. But hi! You
Hey.
caught us in the middle of playing Nation. My name's Jason,
I'm Dyson.
and as I said, you've caught us in the middle of playing a game called Nation: A Mighty Spark that we've designed. We've been playing board games for, well, too many years to count, and we finally decided to throw our hat in the ring of designing a board game. This video is going to tell you a bit about ourselves, what Nation is, what we plan to do with it, how you can support us, and if you want to stick around at the end, a brief glimpse of how to play.
So what Nation is it's a 2 to 4 player card game that you and 3 other friends can play in about 45 minutes to compete to build the best nation. You do this by playing cards down on the map, various locations throughout the world. You also add civilians to your nation who give you resources and abilities that, when played at the right time, give you great benefits, and you also build cities that expand your nation.
Right now, you will see this is our playtestable set, but we do have artists working feverishly right now, and they're getting ready to get the art complete so that we can get the printing rolling once we're completed with the Indiegogo.
Also, in the original design of the game, we've integrated 3 expansions, and these expansions basically add elements that expand the game on into other levels of play as you're developing your nation. The first one, Magic and Technology, includes magic spells and technologies that give you awesome benefits to try to expand your nation in new tactical and strategic ways. There's an events card that gets mixed into the main deck here that adds elements of randomness that either can benefit or be a detriment to your nation. That's one expansion. The second expansion is called the Political Intrigue expansion, which basically adds the a mechanic of voting and politics, as well as the intrigue one gives you guilds which help you during the combat of the game while you're building up your military. And finally, there's the Race for Space expansion, which is going to be a bigger expansion that allows you to leave this planet and go visit other planets, nebulas, asteroids, clusters, and exploit the resources from them in order to build a nation on a galactic scale.
One of the things the Race for Space also does is it adds 2 extra players, so you can play with up to 5 of your friends, so up to 6 players.
So what we've done here is we've set our goal at raising $3,000 to print off the game and provide it to you, our supporter.
We're also using Indiegogo as a launching point for our marketing for Nation. What we're hoping to do is you, the supporter, will donate money to us, and in the end we will end up sending you a game.
It's important to remember that we're not actually just asking you for money. We're actually offering you copies of our game in exchange for your donations. So if you donate $30, we are going to give you a copy of the base game, Nation: A Mighty Spark.
For $50, we'll get you a copy of the base game, as well as a copy of the expansions. So either the Political Intrigue or the Magic and Technology.
For $70, we will send you a copy of the base game plus both those expansions that Jason mentioned. For $100, we will send you a copy of the base game, those 2 expansions that Jason mentioned, as well as the Race for Space expansion.
And for those people who want to be a part of the game, for $120, you can get the whole shebang, as well as yourself immortalized in a card. We'll be creating a small expansion of 12 cards from 12 people that donate that $120, where you, the supporter, can have input on the card. So from card name to artwork to action, you will be involved in the process for creating that card and will be a part of that expansion.
If you enjoy playing board games as much as we do, please donate to our Indiegogo fundraiser. We can get Nation to you, and you can enjoy playing it as much as we did designing it.
And if you want to stick around for a couple more minutes, we will show you a demonstration on how to play Nation. Thanks again for watching us.
And keep playing. All right. To start my turn, I basically take my civilian tokens off the map and place them in my supply. I can take one action per civilian token. And in order to determine how many civilian tokens I can take, I count the number of food I've produced in my nation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And for every 3 food, I get 1 civilian. That's 3 civilian tokens, 3, 6, 9, and I don't have, if I had 12, I'd be able to add 1 more, but I've only got 9. Okay, I'm going to perform my first action, which is to go to a mountain, do my first action, which is develop. At which point I develop a explorer card into my nation, which has the ability of moving this civilian token to any uncharted map card of my choice. Uncharted are the face down location cards, and flip it face up. Ignore any battle signs but still gain the benefit. So I choose to flip this uncharted location, which then gives me 2 cards to draw from the deck. Okay? And add to my hand. Now I can take another action because I have 2 more guys here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the mountains and perform my build action. When I'm building, I have to have 3 material resources represented by hammers here for every populous token, that's these flat circular guys on the map. And so now I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can actually have 2, but having only 1, I'm going to use a build action and place this on top of his, thereby robbing Jason of victory points at the end of the game. And now finally, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to this forest location and do the discard and draw. Now there's a few cards in my hand that I don't particularly like, so I'm going to discard 2 of them. Now how the discard and draw works is that you discard as many cards as you like, and you draw that many cards from the civilian deck plus 1. So I've discarded 2, I draw 2, and a third one, and that's the draw action.
Okay.
And because I've played all my 3 civilian tokens, it is now my turn, giving Jason now the turn.
Okay. Dyson has played his 3 civilian tokens, and now it's my turn. Now, according to the amount of food that I have 4 civilian tokens to play. So I get 4 actions to play during my turn. Now, first thing I want to do is take back this populous token and put it on the top. How we do that is by initiating a combat. So, for every 3 combat icons, I get 1 die. Okay, it's an opposed roll, so I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 dice to roll. Right, 9, 10, 11, due to the bonus for having a
civilian token that gives him 1, and a populous token on the bottom, which also gives him another 1.
So 13. Now Dyson rolls. He rolls his 2.
So I have 6 icons, or 6 military, which give me 2 dice to roll. Now my benefit gives me 1 for the civilian token, and 2 because my populous token is in a level higher than Jason's. So this gives me +2, and +1 in my roll, giving me a total of +3. So Jason, what number did you have again?
13.
13. So I have to roll a 13 or better, because I'm the defender in this particular case. Okay? So here's my die roll. I've rolled 4. +3 is 7. Now, I also have a card in my hand which I can use to play the Martyr, which it says discard from your hand during a battle to have your farmer guys give you +1 to each one of the battle. So I have 4 +3 is 7, 8, 9, 10. Still not enough to beat Jason.
Still not enough. So what happens is we take my populous token, place it on top. Therefore, me at the end of the game, again, I will get the victory points for that populace.
Right. Whereas Jason will get 2 victory points, I will only get 1. And if another token is added on top of that, the person on top gets 3, the person in the middle on the second level gets 2,
Yep.
and the person on the third level gets 1.
Okay.
So Jason's got 3 more civilian tokens, in which to...
So I am going to play on the mountain, which is a develop action. Place an assassin and choose 1 card in your opponent's nation and discard it.
Oh.
Jeez, I'm such a jerk.
Yeah, well, there goes my military.
Okay. For my next one, I'm actually going to try and this uncharted map location. So what I do is I secretly take a look at it, see if there is a... Let me take a look. See if there is a
Show it to me.
a town on it. If there was a town, I'd have to battle the town in order to be able to activate this card. There isn't, so I flip the card over immediately, taking 1 card. That's the there was a 1 card icon on that, as well as taking an action for whatever is flipped up. In this case, it's water. So luckily, I have a water card. And so I'm going to take the action for that, the develop action, and play a privateer, which allows me the action of move an opponent's civilian token from any location to a water location of your choice. Any players with civilian tokens on this map card may now trade cards from their hand. So what I can do is take the token and move it, and now we have the opportunity to trade cards if there's anything that Dyson likes.
I need to build up my military.
I don't have anything with military. All I have is materials.
Okay, no, materials are good.
That's all I have.
What do you need?
Well, I could always use some more food.
You could use some more food. Okay, I have an apiculturist here.
Okay. I've got a rigger here.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Perfect. So that was an action. The trade's complete. Now I move on to my last and final action, which I will place it on the forest location, playing a lumberjack.
Another develop action.
That's a develop action, and now my turn is done. I pass it off to Dyson.
So effectively the game continues to go on as such until the actual civilian card deck runs out. Once that's complete, then Jason and I count up our victory points.
Victory points are counted up based upon, again, 3 things that we have mentioned, which is the populous tokens, the level that they're on. So again, top level is worth 3, second level is worth 2, first level is worth 1. Then we start adding up the number of icons for each type, so food, materials, and military. The person with the most number in that gets 2 victory points. And
yeah, so in this case, Jason has the most food. He gets 2 victory points for that. He also has the most materials. He would get 2 victory points for that, giving him a total of 4. Also the most military, 6 now. And in addition to that, he has 1, 2, 5 altogether. 1 here, 2 here, another 2 here, giving him a total of 5. So his 5 plus his 6 equals 11. Whereas I have a measly 2 victory points. So Jason, at this particular point of the game, if it had ended at this point with the deck running out, would finish the game at 11 victory points for Jason and 2 victory points for myself.
That is the game Nation in a nutshell. We will be actually putting out a couple YouTube videos where we will show gameplay so people can actually go on there and learn the rules, visually watching us play the game with multiple players instead of just the 2 players.
And now I have to reclaim my game, so
we'll get back at it.
We'll get back at it. See you. Also, there will be a full copy of the rules on the website in a PDF format.
So feel free to take a look, and
you can get a complete explanation for how the game plays.